Last video I showed you guys front struts on a 2006 Honda Civic. This time is rear struts on a 2005. And we're gonna be doing quick struts. So essentially it's gonna be the same thing. Wheels coming off. I'm gonna jack it up right now. And I'm gonna set it on jack stands. Safety first. It's not going anywhere. So let me show you where I jacked it from. There is a lift point here, but I didn't use that as the lifting point. I used part of the rear suspension, which should not be a problem. I gotta get the compressor ready. Gotta plug it in, fill it up with air, start taking the tires off. And on this one it might be a little different because, well, it's on the backside, of course, but I think we start taking the tires off first, then we'll go from there. Alright, wheels are coming off. This is gonna be different because I'm actually showing you how to take the struts off. The last video that I filmed, I didn't show you guys how to take the struts off, and this is what a bad strut looks like. This strut is leaking. So if you look at this closely, all this right here, this is a hydraulic fluid that's inside the piston of the strut. Okay, now you can see it leaking, and when I was driving it, you can also feel this bottom. You can feel it when it bottoms out. There's no more resistance in the strut. And I'm also gonna be doing quick struts on this, so it's gonna be a little different because it's in the back and I can't get to the top bolts like I did in the front. So I think I'm gonna either have to get through the trunk, or I'm gonna have to move the back seats down, or take apart the back seats a little bit. So let's see what we gotta do. I'm gonna open the trunk first because it's the easiest to access. Then I can see if I can see the bolts that are on the top. So let's go do that. So this is the back of the trunk. You wanna look around the corners, somewhere around here. Now an easier way to figure it out, or the easy way to do it, is to come follow the strut. Alright, and you wanna follow it up. Now the bolts for the strut are gonna be either here or a little bit higher, where it bolts onto the body of the car. So if you follow this up, it kind of leads to the corner of the window right here. So looking inside the car, if you look at the corner of that window and follow it down, we're gonna have to get inside that trim. So we're gonna have to put this back seat down, and we're gonna have to look inside there. Now the way you put the seat down on here is you pull on this hook right here, and you push down on the seat. Now that the seat's down, we're gonna have to open up around this area. Somewhere in here is where those bolts are gonna be for the top of the strut. We're gonna have to do the same thing for the right side. Alright. Now here, we pull on this lever here, and then you push the seat down. Push the seat down. There you go. Now we have to take apart that plastic and have a look inside. Okay, so I'm inside the car. This is the left rear of the car. So what I'm gonna do here, it looks like there's a little door here. I'm gonna see if I can pop that out and maybe I can see inside. See if there's anything in there. Maybe I can have a look to see where the struts are at. But I don't see anything, and I don't feel anything. Now remember, we said it was right by this, the corner of this window and a little bit down. So looking in there, I don't see anything. There's no bolt. Well, I think I found it. I think I found it. Let me get a light and I'm gonna show you. I feel it looks like, okay, I got myself a light, and I can see the top of the strut. So let me show you what you're gonna be looking for if you happen to have a 2005 Honda Civic and you're doing rear struts on your car. That right there, there you go, it's in focus. You can see the top of the strut right there. That's where we need to get to. So I think I'm not gonna have to get to the back. I don't know. Maybe I can get it through the trunk. Let me go in the trunk. Okay. So, look at that. That's what we're looking for. So, this bolt and that bolt. Don't take that one off. Don't ever take that one off unless you have the spring compressed. That's it. Take this one and that one, and then one bolt on the bottom. So you can see that getting to the strut, the actual job of getting the struts out of the car using is just taking 2 bolts out on the top and 1 bolt down at the bottom. It's not hard at all. But look at me. I'm inside the trunk of this fucking car trying to get 2 bolts out. That is why we charge good money. This is the work that I'm getting in. This is what I'm going to be showing you guys. So stay tuned. You can do it with a ratchet, an extension, and a 14. That's all I'm going to be using. Hopefully it's a 14 because I don't want to get out of this car and then go get more tools. Through this little pocket that we took off, this little door that we thought something was in there, we're going to reach down and get to the back nut. There you go. Alright, that's one. That's 2. That's all it takes. Of course, if you want to speed up the process, then you can use some battery power tools, which I do have, but I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. So when you're doing struts, you want to start by taking the top nuts off, so that when you're down there at the bottom and you're taking that bottom bolt out, you can just pull the strut out. So two chingaderas, what are these called? 2 nuts are off. We're gonna go down to the car and take the bolt out. Okay, now looking at the strut and looking at this side of the bolt, you can see that this side is part of the suspension. So there is no nut on this side. It's only a bolt that goes on the back side, and it's down there. Okay, and I believe that's a 17mm bolt. So I'm gonna get my impact. That one, you are gonna need a little bit of power to take it off. So I'm gonna hit it with an impact right here. You can actually do it by hand, but it's gonna require a lot of you know what I'm saying? Some Scotty Kilmer. So yeah, let's hit it. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna be using on the bottom nut. Sorry, on the bottom bolt to take it off. I don't know if you can see the head of the bolt, but it's hidden right here. It's not hidden, it's behind this sway bar link. You know what? Fuck that, that's gonna take too long. I'm just gonna use my Milwaukee 3/8 impact. I'm just gonna get it out of there real quick. Okay, so the bolt is actually stuck. Fuck, it's getting dark, huh? The bolt is actually getting stuck because the suspension is pushing down on it, so it's creating some pressure and it's not letting the bolt come out. Looks like this is gonna be a pain in the ass to put back in. And I'm also not getting good light. Fuck. Alright, so I had to go get some light because it's getting dark out here. But the bolt came out from the bottom of the strut. So all you gotta do is wiggle it out of its home. There you go. And it's gonna come out through the back side. And this is what it looks like. So this is what we're looking at up at the top, and 1 bolt at the bottom. Now you can see how bad it is. So here's a new strut, and I'm still under my car because I have all the good lighting down here. But I'm not sure if there's a left and a right. But what you want to do is you want to line up these holes up here, and you want to make sure that the bottom bolt is going to be at the right angle for the bolt to go in. So here, let me show you what I mean. I can't really, it's hard to explain, I mean, unless you're doing it. This strut goes up here like that, okay? The bottom of the strut is facing to the right when I'm holding it straight up. But where it mounts, right there, that's pointing to the left. Okay, so now that we figured out that this one goes on this side, we're gonna guide it up the same way that we got the other one out. Now, we're gonna have to go up into the car and put some nuts on the two studs so it can hold the strut while we try to align the bottom hole and we try to put this bottom bolt in. Since I don't have an extra hand, I'm gonna use my homie Jack to hold the strut up for me. Now I'm gonna go up in the car and I'm gonna put the two nuts that belong up there. Alright, I got the new bolts in, I got the new strut in, the nuts are in there on the studs holding it up for me, so now I can go down under the car and I can take the jack out of there. So what I actually have to do here is push down enough so that I can pull the strut back and align the hole with the strut. And gonna be pretty difficult, I tell you. So the way I would do it is with a pry bar. How can I do this? I need a big... I got something. I found this 2x4 in my garage and I think it'll work. All I gotta do is put it up here so I can push down on the whole suspension. And I think I can align it. Try to align this, and I can put the bolt in at the same time. Okay, I think it's in. Now, give it a little zip zap. And there you go. 2x4 gets the job done. Okay. It's getting pretty late and I gotta do the other side. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Left and right are exactly the same. Okay? So, I'm not gonna show you the other side, the right side. It's like I've said before, if you don't have all the tools, doing side jobs, getting the side hustle going on, it is a pain in the ass because I didn't have a pry bar to do this, but I kept this one laying around from a project that I had around the house and it came through. What do you know? But the strut's in, it's bolted on. I'm gonna just tighten it a little bit more. It's already tight at the top and I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side, but this time I mean it. I'm not gonna show it on video. I think I'm gonna end this one here and then I'll continue another video tomorrow when I do the valve cover gasket because it is getting kind of dark. And after I do the valve cover gasket, actually stay tuned. I'll see you guys on the next one.